Should misogyny be classed as a hate crime? Certainly a question that's been asked of the government many times in recent weeks, following the sentencing of the killer of Sarah Everard. For his part, the Prime Minister isn't keen, saying he believes it will just stretch the police further. Some forces are, however, already recording sex and gender-based abuse against women as a crime. But campaigners say it should be standard across the country. Becky Cottrell has the detail.
Staying in during the pandemic was hard for Claire, as it was for many. She missed nights out, but not the way men often behave towards her and other women. When a stranger harassed her outside a club, she decided to go to the police.
They phoned me back and said, actually, the profile of the guy fits a prolific offender who's been doing this for years and is out of prison on probation for related offences of sexual harassment of women. And they basically said, this is probably going to send him back to prison.
The reason Claire reported her experience was because she lives in Nottingham. She knew the police there record certain crimes against women as acts of misogyny.
I think it's a really powerful thing to have police forces actively saying, we want you to report these things, even though some of them seem a bit small and seem a little bit trivial. There's no getting around the fact that it is a gendered problem. It is men harassing women.
Nottinghamshire Police became the first force in the country to record misogyny in 2016. The underlying crimes, for instance sexual assault, are already covered by existing law. But if a woman is targeted because of her sex or gender, it's recorded as a hate crime, the same as if someone was targeted because of their race or religion. Research found this policy has encouraged women to report harassment. But just under 2 years after the programme started, of the 73 reports recorded as misogyny hate crime, only one led to a conviction. A quarter of police forces in England and Wales now track hostility and violence towards women. Essex has just become one of them.
What we want to understand is, first of all, victims coming forward, where's it happening, who's it happening to, and more importantly for us, the people that are committing these crimes. So that's why sex and gender is now recorded by Essex Police.
Campaigners want what Essex and Nottingham are doing to be rolled out nationally, but say the police are also part of the problem.
There's a whole plethora of interventions that are needed to eradicate misogyny within the police, just like in wider society. At the moment, we know as Refuge, only 1 in 5 of the women that we support will report to the police. They have absolutely no confidence in them.
The Prime Minister doesn't support making misogyny a hate crime. He worries it will be an extra burden on police. But it could mean harsher sentences for crimes like stalking and domestic abuse. Whether long-term it will increase reporting and conviction rates will determine whether this policy can make women safer. Becky Cottrell, Sky News.
Let's take you to Texas, where a private